Welcome this commentary. I'm Darlanio and this is a game between July and MaNa on Crossfire. It's game 2 from Dreamhack Summer Tournament 2011 and 16 playoffs. If you haven't seen game 1, go watch it right away, link is below. As you saw in game 1, it was almost an even fight, but July decided to surrender when he couldn't fight off the red Protoss forces. And I think on Terminus he should have made a ninja base early in the game and with that get those extra minerals that he needed. Zerg should expand quickly. Because then they can get large armies and replenish those armies quite fast. Okay, we are on Crossfire, and that means that there's a large distance between those bases, but you are always able to tell right from the start where your opponent's base is located. And as we can see, MaNa is using that fact to come here right away with the probe and start harassing. We also see Overlords from July moving slowly over to this corner where MaNa is placing his gateway. I guess there is a quite normal build-up for this game. That spawning pool is coming, that gateway is coming, and we see an assimilator coming as well. July is mining those first 100 gas to get him that metabolic boost. And then he probably will stop. He did that in the first game, and players usually do the same build on this kind of map. And yes, he stopped at exactly 100 and he is researching metabolic boost. So we will see some speedling play. And that of course means that it's good to block off your ramp, and that's exactly what MaNa is doing with his gateway and his cybernetics core. To fill that little choke point, he is warping in or training one zealot. And that will probably be enough. Meanwhile, July is expanding, getting that natural expansion up so he can be ahead on the economy. Research for metabolic boost almost completed. One sentry coming in here. And those two units are able to chase away this Zergling quite easy. This Overlord keeping an eye on the destructible rocks here, possibly because he wants to attack those later. Maybe not. Two more gateways coming in, and of course warp gate technology is being researched for the Protoss player. The natural expansion is almost finished here. And we have a queen in place that has almost 25 energy. And that is for spawning larvae. MaNa is getting his natural expansion, as you can see, and I guess July has seen that as well. He saw the probe at least earlier. And now MaNa is tired of those pesky speedlings, moving out, killing off one in his path. And his 5 sentries and 1 zealot is able to chase away those units. 1 forge. A 4th gateway, I presume. Yes, that's the 4th gateway. And an extra pylon. That means there's a very small choke point here, which will be protected by 1 cannon. And very quickly MaNa is able to produce a hallucination of a phoenix and sending it over to check out the Zerg base. There's the natural, able to survive that queen, able to see this part of the base as well, so now he knows there's roaches and speedlings on their way. And so far there's speedlings coming down this way. Defending this choke point is cannon. 7 sentries, 2 stalkers and 1 zealot. That should easily be enough. Saturation is not complete at the natural, but it's good and high. Here goes a 3rd expansion for July, and that's in a good spot. Hopefully we'll get a 4th expansion down here as well before this game is over. Another hallucination phoenix. And that is going to check if there's an expansion here. And we see July dropping a changeling inside the base of MaNa. We didn't see that changeling die, but obviously it did. Guess it was here, not sure. Splitting up his speedlings, trying to get inside this base, and he didn't see any troops because those are here. And he tries to engage them rather than sending in his speedlings into the base of MaNa and trying to destroy his economy. One more hallucination phoenix. I don't think that MaNa knows about this base just yet.
I'm here.
Yes, he does. He saw when it was morphing in. And he has been here seeing the creep, so okay, he knows about that one. Which puts even more pressure on July to produce those troops and attack quite fast. And it might already be too late with that Colossus up. Good number of Hydralisks here. Looks like most MaNa don't want to show his highest unit. July is getting that 4th expansion, and most MaNa his 3rd. That observer went down. Let's follow this Zerg ball of units when this engagement comes. Phoenix was able to see those units. And the chase is on. It looks like the Protoss army was delayed because of its own force fields. We should watch down here as well. Okay, the Protoss units now go after this gold expansion. Will the Zerg be able to hold them back? Here comes the Corruptors. Now the Colossus days are numbered. One goes down there. And here comes reinforcing Colossi, which go down right away. And the last one goes down there. And even though the ground units on July was killed off completely, therefore he can't defend this gold expansion. All Colossi were killed, and his Roaches will be able to kill off this ball of Stalkers as they pass by on their way home. Speedlings coming up from behind and attacking those Stalkers at the back of the line. Okay, here comes reinforcing Stalkers and Zealots. Roaches move in, attacking and killing all in their way. Let's look at the upgrades. We have upgrades 1 for Zerg and 1 for Protoss, so it's even so far. For some reason the Zerg is spread out right now, and he's only producing Roaches, it seems. Trying to send down an attack force here, which failed, it was stopped. Cow, they group together now. And since the Protoss army is up here, it will not be able to defend as easily against this. Cannons going down quite fast here. Roaches eat photon cannons for breakfast. And no reaction from MaNa. He's just letting this expansion go down without even trying to defend it. Was that really necessary? Maybe it was. He's low on minerals, so he wasn't able to try to defend that. This Colossi going down to the Corruptors, and we see lots of Roaches just spewing out that acid that Stalkers die so fast of. They are coming in more Stalkers, they are also coming in reinforcement for July. And July wins this fight and the game. That means there's 1-1 in score, and with 1 versus 1 we will of course see a third game. So stay tuned, thanks for watching, bye.